Hey guys, welcome back to Model 3 UK. My name is Scott. Thank you once again for joining into one of my videos. So today is a video based on a massage module which has been sent to me by Hansshow. So I'd like to thank them very, very much for entrusting me with one of these devices. They've sent it to me free of charge so I can actually install the product into my seat on my Tesla Model 3. And I'm going to try it and just give you my opinion on it and show you the installation process as it goes along. Now, I've got to point out that I am a simpleton. I am a Jerry. I am a person who's not particularly great with DIY, so I'm a little bit anxious about installing this, but if I can do it, I'm sure you guys can do it. So that's kind of the point of the video that I want to make. But yeah, I want to crack on with this installation video in just a moment then, but first of all, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so here's the packet that I was sent. Inside you get, pull this out one-handed, so you get, this is a Gemmy tool, just kind of like a blunt plastic object with, there's an Allen key in there as well. Okay, this is an Allen key in there as well. This looks like some zip ties and a sticky pad, 3M, everyone loves 3M. And here we have the massage, cables, okay, and the massage module itself, which is kind of like, this is so hard one-handed. Here we go, it looks like a little Raspberry Pi kind of thing. So that's basically what you get in the box. You don't get any instructions. Your instruction video is on their website, so you can go onto the website and follow that. And I'll also be putting a PDF instruction leaflet on at the end of this video as well, so you can just fast forward to the end of that if you want. Okay, so what we're going to be doing first of all is taking off this entire side bit here. Well, we're just pulling it off effectively with the buttons on. The way we do this is we need to remove a screw that's located just inside here. I'll show you that in a second, and then this will all come off. Now, my one biggest tip I've just discovered so far, which is not really written in instructions, is to bring the seat forward and raise it up as high as it will go, because you need as much room under here to work with as you can. I found that the Allen key was not fitting in to here, and I was wondering why, and I was like, oh, actually my seat's at the lowest position possible. So yeah, push the seat forward and raise it all the way up, and then you can access the screw. You will probably want a light that's not listed in the instructions as one of the tools you required. It does say you need a flathead screwdriver, but yeah, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can see the screw. Where are you? Scrooby doo, right, there we are. It's that silver screw right there in the middle of the screen, there. So that's the one you need to undo with your Allen key. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, so I'm gonna have to stop the film here, and I'll come back when I've took the screw out. Okay, so the screw is out. It's this one here, kind of looks like a little flathead screw with the Torx bit in the middle. That is out. I used my little draper one to get that out. That was fine. Okay, so I hope you can see what I can see here. So this, when you pull this out along here, you can see there's a little cable going in there with some purple, red and yellow wires. We need to remove that. This is where your flathead screwdriver is going to come in handy, because you'll be able to pry that out nice and easy. Hey, right, so here we go. I've managed to get that clip out. That was harder than I hoped it would be. I used some pliers to help me pull it out. I thought I had to pull this little bit of plastic, like there's like a square here over a lip. I thought I had to pull that out like that. I don't believe that's the case. I think that releases the cables on the inside, so I'm going to try and put that back before I end up moving them and disconnecting them. So yeah, hopefully I haven't done that already, but yeah, you just basically pull it out. It's just very stiff. And then I'm going to have a look now which cable I need to put in to here. Okay, so it looks fairly self-explanatory. I know that the white one, that one is going into the control module box, which is over there somewhere. So by the looks of things, the one that matches this is these two here. So my understanding is we plug this into the female part, so that goes into there like that. Nice snappy fit. And then this end, which is kind of like, it's like a Y-shaped cable here, this will go back into the place we just pulled this out of. So let's just have a look, make sure we're plugging it in the right way. It is fiddly, I will say. You're gonna have to have some patience with this one, guys, because it is fiddly. Okay, so I believe that is now all the way in, but there's no snap or click into place, just so you're aware. It appears to be all the way in. I can't get it to move any further in, and yeah, so that seems to be it. So I need to thread these cables now and try and sort this out, get some cable management going on here. And then this has actually got to go underneath the seat. Now in the video they sort of thread it through using it's like fishing wire. I don't have that, so I'm going to have to try and wing it, stroke improvise on it. So yeah, I've managed to pull the cable out now, all the way under. It wasn't actually that difficult, to be honest. I found it quite simple. So yeah, the cable is now out. I just threaded it underneath, and next we got to take this module off over here. So guys, just coming back in under here just to show you what I've done as best as I can. I've just basically threaded the cable. You can see the daylight at the back. I've just threaded it through. What I found is moving the seat, once I threaded it in, moving the seat forward, then revealed it at the back. Well, I was within reach of my hands then, so I was able to grab it and pull it through. But yeah, that's just another tip. And also moving the seat, it means I've obviously put that little purple and red and what's it cable that's in there. Obviously that's all connected up correctly, otherwise that shouldn't be working, I would have thought, because it's connected to this box here, which is these buttons. So yeah, you could sort of do a little mini test then, I suppose, to make sure it's actually in correctly, which obviously it is. And then yeah, move the seat forward, so once you've threaded this through, you can actually get the cables from around the back in. Another little tip as well, guys, is you are going to need plenty of space to get your doors all the way open. So if you don't have a driveway or anything, you're gonna have to go and find somewhere to put this your car, so you can actually do this, because there's no way you can do this on the road unless you open the doorway, I suppose, onto the path, you know, orientate it that way. Okay then, so we need to I might actually, to make this easier, take my mat out. I think that will make things a lot easier, because it is getting in the way. Okay, so what we need to do now is try and get rid of this plastic panel down here. So if we put this little jemmy tool that they give us in here and pry it out, this should hopefully come out fairly easy. There you go. So yeah, it literally just pops off. Look at that. So next thing we're going to do is, you can see two screws, one here and one here. These two screws, we need to take these off. So yeah, you're going to need your Torx, probably I think it's a T20 again. Yep, I was right, it is the T20 again. So it's the same one as you just used to do that side panel on the seat. One other little tip, guys, as well, I've seen is on the website, when you order, it asks you if you got the USB type C or the original one, so you need to make sure you got the right one. So if you got a newer Model 3, I believe you get the USB type Cs, and if you got my one, which is slightly older, you've got the regular USBs here. So make sure you order the right one. So this should, there you go, come off now. Okay guys, so once you've got the air vents off, you want to take this panel off here, and this actually just pulls straight towards you. Don't pull it down. You'll see the clips as I pull it out in a second. It's hard to do one-handed. Yeah, can you see these clips here? So they come out that way, and then this will just drop down. And there's I think there's 6 of them in total. Yeah, you can see 1, 2, 3, and then there's another 3 on either side. So that just pulls towards you, and this bit will just drop out then. So there's only one cable going into this module we've just pulled off the front here. This is your air vent. Only one cable, which you can see has got a bit of a yellow wiring on it. So this needs to come out as well. And the way to get this out is, there's a tiny little piece in the center of the connector, this bit here. You can see it depressing. You need to push that down and pull it out. It's a little bit stiff, and I'm struggling to do this one-handed, so I'm going to have to do this off camera. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now this cable is out. It does help if you have a flat-headed screwdriver, so you can push that little bit down. And yeah, now this bit is completely detached off the car. So what we're going to do is take your cable that you've threaded underneath the seat, and you've got 2 connectors on this one. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You've got one here that looks a bit like an Ethernet socket, and then the other one there. So you are taking your Ethernet socket one and plugging it into the yellow cable which you've just disconnected from that module there, like so. See if I can do this one-handed. Okay, and then this cable, the other one, as part of this Y one you've just pulled from underneath your seat, goes into your module here. Just make sure you're going the right way up, that way. It's quite explanatory again, because you just got to look at the shape of the connector on here. So let's have a look. There we go. That goes in there like that. Right, so next thing we need to do is plug the little module in. So we're going to go around to the front and do that. So yeah, we're going to plug this in now. And you've noticed I've not put any of the panels back on yet, and the ones at the back either, because we want to test this before we actually put everything back on, because if we've done something wrong, I don't want to have to start taking these panels off again, because it will be an absolute nightmare to keep on doing that until we get it right. So yeah, I'm going to plug this in a little bit on the stiff side again, a bit like this. Maybe I'm just weak, probably. So I believe the way you activate this now is to you press on the circle, the circular button. You have to press this down twice, and then hopefully we should see something happening. Okay, there was a triple beep then coming from that thing. I'm not sure what that meant. And I can actually, you probably can't see this, but I can see the bolster that's inflating. I can feel movement on that. Right guys, so for this cable that obviously comes out from underneath your seat, what I've actually figured out is, although it doesn't look like it, this little bit here can be pressed down, and so you can press your cable underneath that way, because you don't want it really going over the top here, because otherwise you run the risk of it obviously getting caught in the rail as the seat moves backwards and forwards, and you can end up cutting your cable. But this actually moves down, and then you can just thread your cable underneath it like that. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a bit fiddly, but then yeah, then that obviously runs to here, and then I'll put the casing back on now. So I'm going to do this in reverse chronological orders. So this would obviously be up here in the end, so let's put that up there, and then this goes on here like so. There we go. And then this bit goes obviously back in here. Have I got that the right way up? No, I haven't. That's the right way up. Okay, that fits on like that. That looks like a good fit. Feels fit as well, feels solid. Now the screws got to go back in, don't forget those down here. That's it, 1 screw turn, 2 screw turns, and 3 screw turns. That's basically back in now. That's one, and I've just got to do the other screw now on the other side. And that is now with both the screws back in, so it's simply a case of putting this final bit of trim back on, which I think goes this way, and that just clips in back into place. Obviously there is a cable there, but I can sort that out, make it a bit more tidy, and also I've got a mat to go over this as well, so you won't really see that at all, and it won't get tripped on or anything like that. Perfect. Okay, so one of the final things you're going to need to do is a bit of cable management at the front. So it's going to require you to use one of the zip ties that they've kindly provided. These are nice little diddly ones actually, so a little bit fiddly, but they won't take up much space, which is good. So I'm going to tie all my loose cables up back at the front, and yeah, that can all go underneath the seat. And then the module bit, to stop it obviously rattling around, they provide you with a 3M sticky pad. So yeah, you can just obviously peel that off, and then we'll stick it on underneath the seat itself. So I'm going to pop that on this side with the logo. And I think what I'm going to do is I can see that there's a motor here, this silver cylinder thing under the cable right there. I'm not going to pop it on top of that because it sticks up a bit further than the plastic that runs along it. So I'm going to stick it on this side, as I believe that will mean it's less likely to get crushed, and that's obviously what I do not want to happen. No crushy. It's a nice sticky pad, I'll tell you that. I'll give them that. There we go. And just thread the cable out the way, and then I'll give it a little one more test, and then I've got to put that screw, which I found a bit fiddly, back up here to clip this bit back on Yeah, because that's a little bit obviously wobbly at the minute, so we need to fix all that up. Okay, so remember as well, guys, if you have moved the seat like I have done a few times, to raise the seat all the way back up again as high as you can, to make it as easy as possible to get this screw back in. The main problem I had with it being low down was I couldn't get my tool in between the screw and the base bit here, so it was raising the seat up really helps a tremendous amount. Okay, so just pressing it down twice. Yeah, there is a small beep that you hear to let you know that it's initiated. I didn't realize it beeped, but it obviously does. So that's a good sign to let you know you've actually done it correctly. And yeah, I can feel it now. It's moving up my back. And it's holding there for a minute or two. I think it's slowly deflating. Yeah, I can feel it's now slowly deflating as well. And I guess it's then going to pump up again and then move up again. So that must be the rhythm it's doing. Yeah, it's pumping up again. Now you might be able to hear ever so slight buzzing sound. I imagine when you're on the road you ain't going to hear that at all. Yeah, it actually feels quite good actually. It sticks out a lot further than I thought it would. When I first heard about this, I thought I'd have to start ripping the seat apart and like sticking some little plastic balls behind the seat that's going to start massaging me. But this is not the case at all. It obviously uses the existing technology in the car and just basically controls the module which pumps up the air bladder, I think they call it. So yeah, it just takes over that. Yes, it's pumped up and now it's moving up. It's quite interesting actually. I quite like it. It's not what I expected at all. So if you do like long drives and stuff, I can see this being something that you would you'd get a lot of benefit out of, especially if you have bad back, any back issues. This will be definitely something I can see you using. It's still going. It's nice. I like it. So I just want to say a massive thank you to Hansshow for sending me this and letting me install it and demonstrate it. It's lovely. Thank you very much. It is wicked. I'll put the link in the description below obviously to buy it, and there's also a discount code down there as well. Currently they are running a sale, so between the 3rd of July and the 10th of July 2020 there is a sale on for 20% off using the code below, after which I believe the code UK Tesla will drop back down to, I think it's 10 or 15%. so if you want to get it now, guys. So overall, I think it's taken me around about an hour to install this, but this is me and I've been figuring things out as I've gone along. So I hope that this video will help you guys to actually avoid figuring things out as you go along, like such as moving the seat up, because at first it took me ages to figure out why I can't reach the screw with the tool they gave me, and then I realized I've got to move the seat up. So it's things like that which I hope I've helped you guys with for the installation. So you should be able to really realistically install it in about 30, maybe 40 minutes. It also started raining here, so I had to stop as well. So honestly, it's not a complicated install. It may look at one point when you pull the cables out and you see all the wires going everywhere, but they're self-explanatory. They only fit one socket, each of the cables, so you can't make a mess of it, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff yet. I did it really easily, so it's definitely something anyone else can do, and it wasn't that complicated install. It's very neat and tidy. I don't feel like I've messed with anything at all, and yeah, I hope this video has really helped you guys. I know how you Tesla guys like your clean cars, so I'm going to use my mini hoover and get rid of all this crap before I put my mats back in. Anyway, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, the subscriber count is going up tremendously. I appreciate all of you on the Facebook group as well, Model 3 UK. And if you do want to buy a Tesla, you're looking into it, get in touch. I will happily feed any information to you guys. The Model 3 UK Facebook page is absolute plethora of information on there. Loads of people. So if you are looking to buy one, go on the group first. Watch obviously these videos as well, but go on the group, ask your questions. Myself and a lot of other people will help you with buying the Tesla, and also obviously referral codes as well. Make sure you use one of them. Mine will be in the description below anyway. I suppose all that remains to say is thanks once again for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this new GoPro has proved itself worth. I've pretty much drained the entire battery, but I have got a spare one with it, so that's all right then, so I could have switched. But I hope the footage was nice and smooth, clear, bright, and you could hear me throughout the whole thing, because obviously I'm going to find out in a minute when I take it indoors. And you guys have been awesome. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.